Oh no, the Junkman's gonna talk about the joy factor again. Well, no I'm not, but I am. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with another video. Now, I guess it was about a month ago I told you about the planned Droid Factory 2. Where they're gonna redesign the Droid Factory for the Empire Strikes Back line, make it a little different, same concept, just look different. I'll put a link at the end of this video if you didn't see it. But we're gonna talk about something else really quick here. In 1994, for Return of the Jedi, Kenner went back into his archives and redid or re-released the Droid Factory, but although it had a crane and it had the base, it was missing all the parts. There was no R2 that you can make begging for the third legging. There was no whatever this thing is. There were no parts. There were no little baggies. Well, I guess it was a little baggy, but you know what I mean. There was no parts to make your own ship. It was just the shell. But it did come with 3 figures. What were those 3 figures? AD8, Nick2, Clay2. Nick2, Clay2, and 8D8. Unless you got the one where they revamped it and came with 3 Power of the Force figures, which was Manaman, Brockter, and EV99. Pretty good set if you can get there. 3 Power of the Force figures. But I just wanted to talk. It's going to be kind of a short video. I just wanted to see something, to see how many of you guys knew about this out there, because maybe you didn't. Before they released the shell Jabba Dungeon that was just the Droid Factory without the good parts, they did think of re-releasing it with the Droid Factory parts. That's right. Can you believe it? This was a good seller back in 1978 and it lasted until about 1982. And of course, if something's a good seller, they're going on to bring it back out. So they're going to paint it different like they did with the original release. But again, it was going to come with different parts. Let's take a look at how it would have looked. As you can see here, it still has the crane and it still has most of the parts where you can build your own R2-D2. If you'll notice something though, it does show the rare wind-up R2-D2. Now I don't think that one would have came with the playset, but it's odd that they put this in the photo. But they might have been planning to make your own wind-up R2, as we saw in that Droid Factory 2 that never got released. And you can see they didn't do a great painting job. They must have painted the thing really fast. You can still see the orange paint on the pegs at the front of the base. And from this photo here, you can see the base with concept art of what it would look like. And that looks like a power droid over there getting tortured. I like that. That's pretty neat. It makes you wonder if you could have built your own power droid. That wasn't something that came in the original set and could have been a nice little feature. And here's something odd about the concept art also. Look at Nick2 and Clay2. It looks like they just drew the picture that was on each figure's card. But that's a look at the Droid Factory, how it almost got re-released as the Jabba Dungeon and with the parts. Now why didn't they do this? Well, I can only guess is they figured it wouldn't sell as good, or they probably just wanted to go cheaper. The dungeon was only released by Sears, so I'm guessing they didn't have any faith in this thing really selling to a mass market. I mean, this was a time when the line was starting to wind down, and this is a lot of parts when you look at it, so it probably wasn't that cheap to produce. So you can kind of see where they just said, hey, let's just put the base in it, throw some figures in it, and throw it up at Sears. I was fitting to say throw it up at Sears.com. Throw it in the Sears wish book and get some out for Christmas. Anyway, I wasn't sure if you guys knew about this, and I always like to find odd, different things that you probably didn't know about. So let me know in the comments below. Did you know about it? Would you have liked to seen it? I mean, that base they did release is pretty boring. It's just a Droid Factory with no parts. It's just kind of dumb and silly. Just a gimmick to get people to buy it. But at least it did come with 3 figures. So I guess that's about it. Let me know what you think about this plan to release a Droid Factory with parts. And until the next video, thumb up this one so I know you like my content. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again soon.
Junkman.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.